beautiful people, what's going on? Hope you're all doing amazingly well. If you are new here, it'd be amazing if you could subscribe. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you like the makeup, give the video a thumbs up as well. Without further ado, we'll get into this video. So letting go. When I talk about letting go, I'm going to cover all aspects, not in depth, but as like a general source, because it all links together somehow, whether it's letting go of relationships, friendships, people that you've lost that have passed away. I'll start off with the it hurts. I think we can all agree that letting go of whatever it might be really, really does hurt. You just feel this feeling in the pit of your stomach, whether that's shame, guilt, embarrassment, could be upset, anger, any kind of a negative emotion you may feel with letting go. It could have been something that happened recently, it could have something that happened a long time ago. It doesn't matter, it happened. That's the fact of it. For me, there are times when things crop up just randomly. Sometimes I see things online, sometimes it gets brought up in conversation, especially when my mentality is low. I know that it can really affect me and really make me feel down, unable to function for the rest of the day or a couple of hours or so. If it's something that played a part in your life, if it's something that before it was amazing or great, or you had an amazing connection with somebody and it just gets taken away from you, you kind of have to start again. Even things that sometimes didn't necessarily have so much going on with, maybe just it was a passing comment or somebody that you just met in the street one day. People come and go in your life all the time. They might not have had to have been there for a period of time, but they've been a part of your life. They've meant to have come in at some point for a particular reason, whether that was short-lived or not. It does stay with us for a long time. Even to this day, with a lot of things that have happened previously, if it crops up, it brings back a lot of hurt for me and a lot of stinging sensations where you think of something and your heart either just like sinks down to your stomach, or you just get that, oh, that hurts, or that stings, or that sensation inside you where it's just so powerful, it just negatively impacts you. I mean, this happened for a lot of us. It's happened for me plenty of times where I've lost somebody that was a big part of my life when I was younger. Unfortunately, that happened with somebody passing away. Previous relationships I've had, they again can negatively affect things sometimes when people bring things up and whatnot. Past friendships that I've had a lot where I've spent so many special times and have many memories with so many amazing people, and to this day they're probably still amazing and living on with their lives, but it's no longer with me, or we're no longer part of each other's lives. And sometimes it's not even in the way of that you want that friendship back or you want that relationship back, you want that to be part of your life again. Sometimes it's not even that, but it's just it gets brought up sometimes. It just makes you think otherwise, kind of thing. You kind of think, oh, what if this was still going on, or what if this was different now, what if that didn't happen? And it does make you think a lot. I watched a video yesterday, and if you don't know Matthew Hussey, he's an online dating coach. I've followed him for years. I just think he's a really inspiring coach. He just helps many women with finding the confidence to be themselves and whatnot. And he created a video, and it was all about why people leave relationships, and he summarized them with two reasons. It's their personal needs aren't being met for some reason, and the second is they feel like they can't go through their personal struggles with you. It was quite interesting because he also said it's not necessarily communicated. And when I look back on all things friendships, relationships, anything like that where I've had a connection with somebody, it did make me think that's actually true. Looking back on all of these experiences, you might not have said anything. The person that you were once having that amazing bond with, you might not have communicated it to them, or they might not have communicated to you, and therefore things just naturally drift as things do in life. You never had that conversation, or when you did have that conversation, another reason got put forth and it confused the hell out of you, and to this day you probably look back on it and think like, why did that happen? I just thought it was really interesting because like people don't communicate, and that's the thing. People sometimes wonder why we don't do these things, or why people go in and out of our lives all the time, why they don't stay, why have we formed this amazing special friendship, relationship, bond with this person, and all they're going to do is up and go and leave. Obviously, with people passing away and that doesn't relate to that, obviously, because that's a completely different thing. But again, it's being let go of someone and you think, why have they gone from my life? Why have they been taken away from me? And sometimes that's a really hard concept to accept that somebody is no longer there with you, that you had that amazing past with. And I look back on some friendships sometimes and I think, did I communicate enough of what my needs were, or that they weren't being tended to? And same for relationships, did I put too much emphasis on things? This video isn't about overthinking and analysing all of these things because it's just going backwards. What is important when you're letting go, when you're in the process of letting go, when you feel like that you haven't been able to let go, one word comes into that, and that's acceptance. Acceptance is, again, one of the most difficult concepts to really embrace, that because sometimes I feel like once you accept things, it then leaves the process of moving on. And sometimes people don't want to move on, they want to stay in their bubble that they were happy in, they just want to continue with things as they are, because once they begin to accept things that are no longer there, then that's a scary thing, because you have to move on. Meeting new people, starting new friendships, starting new relationships, again, that's a scary process in itself anyway, because you start becoming comfortable with people, you start embracing people for who they are, and you think, this person is amazing, like I do not want to let go of them. And then all of a sudden something happens and then that's it. Especially within the circumstances going on at the moment, I know a lot of people are struggling with a lot of stuff, including me. I've had a few moments this week where it's just been really stressful in all aspects of my life. Something cropped up yesterday that I saw, something that happened years ago. I've not necessarily been able to get over, because I have, and I've let go, but then at the same time there's something that still stings about it. There's something that still hurts, and I think sometimes things will always hurt. I think sometimes things always have that, not necessarily a hold over you, but they had so much impact on you, or they had you believe these things, or they seem to be this amazing person to start with, and then it turns out that they're not that amazing person at all. Sometimes that's a bit hard to acknowledge, and it can really make you feel down. When it like cropped up previously, it just be like, oh yeah, you know, fine, whatever, moved on, it's fine. But then it cropped up again yesterday and I thought, that stang. Sometimes when your mentality is at its lowest and you've got a whole lot of things going on, sometimes these things that didn't really upset you before, or when you aren't in your best state, it crops up and you kind of turn a blind eye to it because it's just nothing. And then suddenly you're in this really low state, and then it comes up and you think, oh, it's really accepting what's happened. It's in the past. It happened for a reason. It might not be something that you want to hear. I know sometimes that I find that hard to hear, but it is what it is. It was meant to happen for a reason. Accepting that it's always going to be a part of your past. You can't physically remove it from your past. You can't remove that person from your past. You can't remove that experience that happened. You can't remove things that have previously happened, because they have already happened. But that's exactly it. It's in the past. It's not happening now. It's not happening in your future. It has been left behind for a reason. Sometimes you may never know that reason, but it happened for a reason. Acceptance is probably one of the most difficult lessons to acknowledge and accept and be comfortable with. In terms of letting go, that becomes the next part of the process of healing, is acceptance. And then once you've got the acceptance, you move on, you grow, you become more of who you deserve to be. You start learning new things about yourself, you start loving yourself, you start appreciating all the things that you have gone through, because they have brought you here today. They have brought you to where you are supposed to be today. And isn't that amazing in itself? Isn't that a great thing to be appreciated of? Yes, you've gone through all these horrible things. Yes, you've lost people. Yes, you've had to let go of people. Yes, it's been a painful and hurtful experience to go through, but you are here today. You are here as you, this person that has gone through all these experiences, that has gone through all this hurt and pain, embarrassment, shame, guilt, whatever it is you have felt, and you have come here today. And I expect throughout that time, even though there have been hurtful experiences, you've also had some amazing ones. You've met new people, new things have happened in your life that you never expected. Events have gone on that you thought, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. You've learned new things, because you've reached yourself at the highest peak and you've got to that point where you feel content and amazing and happy about things. Even if it's not where you want to be right now, you're at this point right now and you're only going to get higher. Yes, you're always going to have ups and downs. Yes, you're always going to have people that come into your life that walk straight back out again, or they're there for a short period of time and then they go. But look at the people that you have now. Look at the people that are around you now, that know who you are, love you for who you are, and will stand by you throughout all the difficult times and have stuck by you throughout these difficult times. And that's an amazing thing to accept in itself. The fact that you've got all these amazing people around you that want you to be happy and feel fulfilled within your life and appreciative of what you've got and to just be happy. I know for a lot of people, letting go is really difficult. I know that previously I found it really difficult to let go, whether that be of people, of experiences, of grudges. If people have been horrible to me previously, like years and years ago, I've always found that hard to let go because they hurt you. Why would you forgive somebody, or why would you let go of something, or why would you not hold a grudge against somebody that did all those horrible things to you? You want to feel resentful towards them, you want them to feel all the pain that you felt, but what's that actually going to do in the outcome? It might make you feel great for a second, or you might feel like that's going to make you feel happy, but other people being in pain, being in the pain that you had, would you want them to go through that? I know there's a fine line between you want people to feel the way you felt because you want them to know exactly how you felt and why you felt this way and why they shouldn't do that. As the saying goes, what goes around comes around. If you put out to the universe that you're angry, you're hurt, you're upset, you don't want to let go, you want to keep on holding things, the universe is going to give that to you, and that's always going to give you. It's not going to give you self-growth, it's not going to give you love, it's not going to give you the things that you deserve for yourself to feel happy. If you want self-growth, if you want love, if you want to be happy and fulfilled and lead a happy, healthy life, send that out to the universe. Send positive vibes out. There are 100 quotes and loads of things that are in relation to the law of attraction, which is something that I found out several weeks ago, and it does work. It really does. That's what we should be putting out to the universe. There are always going to be horrible, traumatic experiences, a load of things that are always going to stay with you, but once you accept them for what they are, then you start thinking, what can I do for myself in future? What can I do that's going to make me feel happy and fulfilled, and that I'm doing something for myself to lead a happy, healthy life? I'm passionate about this because I'm at that point where I've accepted that things have happened and that it's always going to be there. Yes, sometimes it'll crop up when you're thinking things through, or you're overthinking, you're worried about something, somebody brings something up in conversation, or you see things online that reminds you of things. We can't not be reminded about things. We can't not see things that's going to remind us of things, because that's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. But what is realistic is what you can do for yourself right now, what you're able to do to continue moving on, to continue to grow. In a sense, with people that have passed away, like your loved ones, and that it's difficult because people deal with those things in different ways. There's no right or wrong way to deal with that, but it's finding for yourself what you can do to overcome the times that it's really dark, overcome the times that are really struggling, overcome the times that put you in a place of misery and upset and distraught and anger towards losing people that were an amazing part of your life and now they've just completely gone. And it does relate to relationships in a sense, it does relate to friendships in a sense, because you're losing people that were once a part of your life that gave you that happiness and fulfillment and made you feel amazing about things, and now it's just suddenly gone. Sometimes things just naturally happen like that, and we can't physically control that as much as we'd like to, as much as I know that I have liked to previously. There were times where friends were drifting, the friends that I had for a long period of time that were a significant part of my life were just completely going. I was trying everything in my absolute power to try and fix it, to try and make it sustainable and make it long lasting, but it just didn't work. And who was the one that was affected by it? It was me. I was the one that got hurt, felt upset, and felt like I couldn't go on and that I couldn't move on. And the thing is as well, like, we can't see into the future as much as we like to. We don't know what experience is going to happen, any traumas, like any negative events, experiences, or anything. We don't know what's going to happen. But what you do know right now is that you can change things if you want to. You can let go of things that are still affecting you today. You can make yourself a priority and move on from things. Think about the reasons for letting go. Why are you letting go? Letting go is a sign that you want to move on. It's a sign that, yes, it's a struggle, and yes, it's a difficult thing to move on from. And as much as you don't want to move on from it, it's the only way you're going to feel better about things, about life, about living, about meeting new people, trusting people, and building those types of experiences and relationships that you had before into something else. And you never know, it could be something even greater than what you ever thought possible. And isn't that an amazing thing to look forward to? Isn't that something to build upon and have that vision and work towards it? Because you can do it. Everybody lets go in different ways. I know for me, it's just taken time. It's really spending time with myself and figuring out what it is that I know would be beneficial for me. It's really stripping back the layers and really thinking about what it is from deep down in the core that you want, that you know is going to make you happy, that you know it's going to help you to overcome all these difficult scenarios, and of letting go of all the things that do affect you. Again, it's something that's made you who you are today. If you're still living, you're still healthy, you've got an opportunity to be happy, and you've got an opportunity to think about what it is that you want for yourself, for your loved ones, for the people that matter. The people that matter now, that are in your life for a reason, that add a positive impact to your life right now, not the ones that was a great benefit for a short period of time and now they no longer speak to you. They're irrelevant. They're people that you don't want to associate with for now. They might crop back in again at some point in your life and become another addition again. You don't know when that point is going to be, and you don't know if it's ever going to happen. So there's no point dwelling on it. Get on with your life, try and move on, overcome what you can day by day. There's no time limit for it. There's no written rule book of how you get over things. You find your own ways of letting go. You find your own ways of overcoming things. You find your own ways of accepting it is what it is. It was what it was, and it will continue to be what it will be. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was quite in-depth and a bit like a therapy session in a sense, but it's a very important concept to know about and feel, and really help yourself to be the best version of yourself possible, really tapping into what it is that you're finding difficult to let go and what it can do for you once you know that you can let go and you can move on and you can get on with your life. I just hope this video has helped you in some sense to think about things that you want to let go of. Thank you so much for watching if you've got this far. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. I will see you guys very soon. Take care.